Good morning, buenos dias, bonjour, buongiorno, annyeonghaseyo. Welcome back to the vlog. Today is Thursday morning, which means that I have my 11 o'clock kid in addition to my 4 o'clock kid and my 5 o'clock adult. Since he left, I've been sitting here in my office. I came back. I had to put my setup that I had before because I need my guillotine, my laminator to prepare for my classes. And if you saw last night, I told you I spent a little bit of time preparing for my classes before bed so I wouldn't be very rushed in the morning. In fact, I had a little extra time to edit my vlog for May 6th, still a week behind. I had about an hour to work on it before I had to prepare for this class that I'm about to go to in about 30 minutes, a little less than that. I still wanted to share with you this part of the process because now with quarantine, people are starting to see that teachers are grossly underpaid for everything that we have to do. And it goes beyond the whole concept of school hours and spending all that time with a large amount of kids or a medium amount of kids, making sure that every single student learns a certain skill set by the end of a certain grade, and having also to make adjustments or accommodations for other kids who have either difficulties with something. There's just so much that goes on behind the scenes that people aren't really aware of, not unlike invisible illness. What you don't see, you can't appreciate. So unless you're an educator or are married to one or are dating one or have a friend who is one, you don't know or you're not aware of really of everything else that happens outside of the classroom. So what people are mostly aware of is from 8 to 1:45, 2:30, 3 p.m., however long the school day is for certain schools, the teacher is in the classroom with that 12 to 1 lunch hour period. And that's the end of the day. Like for most people, you go to work 9 to 5, you're done with the day. That is not it at all. Normally teachers arrive about an hour, maybe more, earlier to their classrooms to set up everything that they prepared the day before or the week before, to make sure that everything is ready for the students to arrive. If there's a parent who wants to talk before class or there's a student who needs help before class, they're always there also earlier. As I mentioned, the lunch period, normally you also either make photocopies or prepare for the next class or catch up on something that's behind or are trying to get ahead on something because you won't have time for it later. Then after school, you have either tutoring sessions, after school activities, extracurricular activities, teachers meetings. Oh my gosh, there's so many things that can happen after school hours. Then when you get home, if you have kids, if you're also a parent who's in school, you take care of your kids, you take care of your schoolwork, and then you get to your work for your students. If you're fortunate enough to have a partner, then your partner can take care of the kids while you do your schoolwork and you do the work for your students. It's a lot of work behind the scenes. Right now, I have a 1-hour language arts and reading session with a 5-year-old who's getting ready to start school in August. We're doing the series Pete the Cat, and it's not just me having the book, sitting down with him and teaching him each sound. There are so many other skills that we are trying to develop and master. So I do my research, which I spent some time on that last night. I printed out paperwork. So I have some worksheets here, pretty thick packet actually, which means that I spent money on paper, on ink. I also spent money on a guillotine, which you're about to see, the laminator, the laminating pockets or laminating sheets as well. There are also other materials that I didn't invest in now, but I've had them from before that I'm gonna reuse, but there's money that goes into that. Even if I were charging my regular rate, it still wouldn't be enough to cover all the materials that I use, as well as the time spent preparing for the classes last night and then 2 hours again this morning to just go over for 1 hour. I'm very fortunate that some people have done freebies online that I could just research and print out, but could you imagine having to do this, just this? It could easily take maybe half an hour, and look at all the things I have here. So really, thank a teacher, appreciate them, and if the government is watching, let's give them a pretty raise. They deserve it. All right, I have about a little less than 20 minutes to finish cutting, laminating, and actually do my makeup to head over there, so let's just get to it. Can you believe I'm back on the couch again in the middle of the day? I seriously think that this hair, skin, and nails that I'm not taking is missing from my supplements in the morning because I have not been needing a nap in the middle of the day for the longest time, and all of a sudden, since my husband got back, I've probably napped 4 times now in the middle of the day, and this just can't be. It's the only thing that's changed. My water consumption hasn't changed, my diet, my sleeping patterns. Well, I mean, sleeping patterns, that's kind of iffy because you know very well that my husband's schedule is crazy. Anywho, I did not actually cancel class or miss class. The class was canceled on me. My 4 o'clock and my 5 o'clock would not be available today. So I got a message just as I was making my way out of my 11 o'clock's class. I think I'm gonna have a snack too and try to perk up my body a little bit. Oh, look at these two. They were napping also. Perrita, ¿quieren ir afuera? Vamos afuera un ratito. So there's a little bit of sun, but as you can see, it's also cloudy. There's even a flood warning until 5 p.m. today. Let's just make the best of outside for now. What do you think? I am not a cut crease expert. I've probably done 5 cut crease looks since I ever started doing makeup. So I'm gonna be proud of what I did. Oh gosh, I came over here to look for my stand and I don't know where I put it. Anywho, I finished doing the promo. I did a video and I took some pictures for my Instagram. Got it. It was in my business closet. I looked at the time when I was uploading and noticed that my husband still isn't home. Granted, he is on his bike today, so it might take him a little longer to get here, but it is 5:45 and he's nowhere in sight. Much better. There we go. We've been talking. We had what we call marriage talk. Whenever we have to talk about something serious, we say marriage talk, and then we get started on it. That basically means drop whatever you're doing, don't look at your phone, stop for a quick second and pay full attention to me. We were talking about how our schedules are so different now with the whole COVID thing and him having a less than regular schedule than what he used to have. It's been kind of tricky, and we had a little marriage talk the other day and said, you know what? If you get home super late, I'm gonna have to go to bed without you. Or if I have to get up early and you don't, I'm gonna have to get up without you, because we're also snugglers. If we don't have to get up early, we like to stay in bed and snuggle. One of the many perks of not having a kid, and we're trying to take advantage of that while we still can. As a soldier, he can work 12 hours in one day. If he went into work at 9, that means he could get out at 9. So it looks... Todavía no hay hora de comer, Luna. So it looks like today I'm gonna get started on dinner and possibly eat without him. We'll see how this goes. Someone seems to be hungry a little earlier than usual, so I'm also gonna feed them now. Down. 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 I can't show you because my camera is my phone, but my husband sent me a message saying he's still at work and sent me a picture all flustered. I'll actually try to share a screenshot of what he sent me. But it's 6:15 and he's clearly not going to be home anytime soon. So dinner by myself it is. I just finished doing some social media work. It's 7:15ish. He's still not home. Looks like he'll be getting out of work at 9 p.m. tonight. I'm going to go ahead and take some inventory because I have to place an order tomorrow for my sales. That means that I'm going to go in here into my business closet and work on my inventory. Nope, I heard the doggies move. That means someone's home. Hey, honey. I'm done with my inventory, but I hit a bit of a snag because Thanks to COVID, a lot of products from the summer collection have already run out. It was quite frustrating. I vented a little bit with my husband and I'm just moving on. Right now I just did some more social media stuff letting them know, get your orders in by today because I do not know how I'm gonna handle this. But anyway, it's kind of late for me. I'm gonna do the little Korean thing with you and then I'm gonna get ready for bed and that'll be all for today. Alrighty, let's begin with our vowels. I highly recommend that you write these along with me, whether it's on your phone, your finger, if you have a notebook, anything, just write them along with me so you can practice. My notebook is right there. I'm not going to use it. Let's do our vowels. We have a, ya, a, ya, o, yo, U, U, I'm still in frame, and E. First derived, second derived. Now for the other vowels, ye, or ye, and ye. Again, these two sound so alike. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it accurately, and I compared it to somebody learning English, not being able to distinguish between bin and bean, for example. It's kind of the same concept. But let's just move on. Now that we have our vowels, let's go for our consonants. Just some of the ones that we learned yesterday. Remember, it's the shape of your mouth and throat as well as the movement of your tongue to produce a sound and whether it's opened or closed. So here we go. G, N, and we also learned our S sound in Korean, which is kind of like a little teepee. The same way that our alphabet has names for the letters and a sound is separate. Example, this is the letter B and it makes the sound B. These letters also have their names and the sounds they make. So our G sound is gyuk, N sound is nian, M sound is myeum, Ng sound is iyung, and our S sound is shiuk. Now let's learn some more consonants that actually derive from these basic ones. The H sound is the same little circle here with some horizontal lines on them. That's our H sound or H sound. It's called hiat. Our S sound is going to acquire a little line to the side like this. This is called jiat and it's pronounced j. Our myeum is going to get two vertical lines up. So you have the same square right here, but you extend this and you have your b sound or biap. Then our nien is going to get another horizontal line and it's going to be our d sound or digut. Now for my linguistics friends or phonetics friends or even people in speech therapy, you know about articulation and points of articulation in the mouth. This will make more sense to you, so you'll see the correlation between them. This is a velar sound, alveolar sound, labial sound, glottal sound, dental sound. And the same goes this way. Now let's look at some of the words that we've practiced in the past in introductions, presentations, greetings, even numbers, and that I was able to show on the screen, but you weren't really able to read before. Let's do that now. Blue's for consonants, red is for vowels. Ugh, really don't judge my writing, please. Okay, so we have consonants and vowels, and the only new one for us today is right here, our H sound. So we have a, nyong, ha, se, yo. We finally read the word all together, recognizing all the letters and sounds. Let's do another one, this time all black. Remember what this sounds like? Without this, it's your S sound, and with it, S becomes J. So we have cho. This is your N sound and your Korean vowel U. 저는, you remember this one? 저는 베로니카예요. I am. Doesn't necessarily mean that this is I and this is am. This is just a phrase for I am, okay? Let's go with something simpler before we go to bed so your head doesn't explode. Let's do our numbers from 1 through 5. Just 5. Is this making sense now for you? Ha, na, hana. This is not for our reading level just yet. This is pronounced tul. We did learn d today, and we know u, but we haven't learned this yet. So just know it's tul. Now this is going to be fun. This is something we're going to be looking at later on. Yes, this is an S sound, but this is pronounced set, set. We'll see why this changed later on. Don't sweat it just yet. Hana, tul, set. That's all you need to know for now. Remember set, net? Can you figure out how to write this? If there's only one sound change, set, net. What do we need? We're keeping the et. What's the consonant we need here? Our N sound. Net. Da, so. Again, don't worry about the final S. We'll see that later on. But we have hana, tul, set, net, da, sot. How is that for you? Was it painful? Was it simple? Was it slow enough? Do you need it slower? I'm always going to ask you at the end of this. Let me know if there's something I can do differently to help you understand it better, or if it's just right and okay. Now before I go to bed, I want to show you my husband's little play area. Hi, honey. What are you playing?
Mass Effect.
And the doggies are ready for bed. Lali, Luna. Nope, no reaction. As you can see, my doggies are saying it's time for bed. So as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sticking around. Hope you guys have a nice, restful, and peaceful night. And I will see you tomorrow bright and early.